All right, it's the fucking Randcast. And what's the date again? The 31st.
31st.
I know, because I just got a check for rent. Money order for rent. I don't know why this guy doesn't just upgrade so I can Venmo or Zelle or something, you know. It's a pain in the ass, and it cost me $1. However, I do like banking. I'm going to plug them because what a great bank. Fifth Third. Teaser for Patreon. Please support us on Patreon. Why say no when it feels so good to say yes? What movie is that from?
Tommy Boy.
My man's.
I can get a good look at a butcher by sticking my head up a bull's ass.
But I'd rather take his word for it. Yeah, so we gotta switch over the categories of Patreon. This Patreon again is a new concept. Don't fear it, please. Please don't fear it. People fear it. There's a handful of other content carriers, I guess. But the bottom line to it is there was a time when YouTube did not corner the market and we were able to make good money on YouTube. That time has passed. So to keep going, keep pushing, keep moving, keep our pimp on, we need Patreon. And on Patreon, we need support. You'll get content like matches, this Randcast, and so much more. We do a lot of good stuff around here. We do a lot of really good, innovative shit. Also, you get stories. I've lived quite the... you had a decent, funny life, but I think my life has probably been a little weirder than yours.
Yeah, probably.
So here's a story for you, and hopefully John can find a picture of my dad, because that'll draw attention on its own. My dad when he was fat.
That needs to be the thumbnail.
Yeah, somebody pulled up a fat picture of my dad, man. I swear, the guy was 280 pounds with a mustache, and he's been wearing a wig for, 50 years, maybe longer. But the thing is, back in the day, he had money, he was young, and he was losing his hair. The old man, he didn't do the size Sperling, but he did this thing where the first company that sewed the hair to your scalp.
Yeah.
And then he would go down there once a month for something to the city and pay through the ass, and then he'd go down every quarter to get a new one put on. You know, so it's funny because I always thought my old man had a block head, had a square head. And he kind of looked like a Mario, like Super Mario.
Yeah.
Fast forward 40, 50 years, I see the old man last year when he was in the hospital and they wouldn't let him wear the wiglet, the hairpiece. Motherfucker had a head like a baby's. Dude, that thing has never seen the elements. It was smooth like a baby's head.
It's never seen the elements.
It's never seen the elements. It seems like it was kind of like protected under whatever the hell that wig was that attached, because it was like a baby's. Very pale. But even if you put a little self-tanner on it.
It came to that, would you wear a rug, Randy, if you lost your hair?
No, I wouldn't.
I don't think I would either.
No, I don't know, man. But I'm glad. Thank God I don't have a bald head, because my head's lopsided and it's misshaped and there's lumps and blemishes. But I was so surprised to see the old man's head looking like the Gerber babies, man. So the old man and I we had a torrid, horrifying relationship when I was young. Horrible. I don't want to bring anybody down, because this is the comedy part. So the one thing me and the old man have shared in the past is a sense of fucking humor. The guy's like as immature as I am in so many ways, you know. As a matter of fact, now at 80 years old, we lost touch. We didn't hang out for a little while, and when we first started getting together again on a regular basis, he goes, "Oh, God," to my kids, he goes, "He's got me all wound up. I'm never going to sleep. Now I got to calm down." But, you know, we used to do a lot of ribs, and some of those ribs were when I first got a baby. You know, I couldn't, wow. You know, I did not believe I could be a good parent. It turns out I'm a fucking savant. So let's say I'm out, the wife, the baby, myself, my parents, you know. My dad is chubby guy, and man, he talks a mile a minute. the old man, for years, he said, what are you talking about? I have 186 IQ. That's how come I can ramble off all those jokes. I'm a funny person, you know. And it's hilarious because the old man doesn't have no 180 IQ. 186, he used to say.
Oh, that's pretty high.
So then after like a couple decades or so, we opened up his desk. We had to move his old desk out of the basement. And I didn't even know they printed these, but he had at least 10 Henny Youngman joke books stashed in the desk. I'm like, yeah, fucking 186 IQ. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. The jig is up, you know.
Got busted.
So back to the baby. Let's say there's a shit diaper, and I would wrap that diaper nicely after changing the child while we were out. And the old man had a bad habit of leaving his car unlocked. And I put it under the fucking seat in the summer. You know? So then come the 2 or 3 days, him and my mom, will you stop farting in here? Yeah. I can't take it. You're the one that's farting, baby. You know? And then they go, what is that smell? You sure it's not you? And then after a couple of days of fermenting, they go, that son of a bitch. You know? And then he did something where he put like an old fucking sandwich, half a sandwich under my car seat. You ever smelled lunch meat? Yeah. I know you having that fucking Acura.
I mean, I've smelled sandwiches in a car before.
Rotting lunch meat smells like a small carcass. Ugh. It's horrible. I'd be like, God damn it, he got me back, you know? So after years and years of going through this, one day, Patrice, my ex-wife, and her alter ego was Beatrice. What a bitch.
That was Patty.
Beatrice was a bitch. That's the alter ego.
Oh, okay.
The nickname was Patty because she fucking hated being called Pat or Patty. But anyway, Beatrice, it's funny. So this one girl that I had the hots for, I ran into after I was married a couple of years, you know, downtown at a restaurant. I forget what I was doing. I was down there on business, and the girl was a friend of Patrice's, not mine, you know, but I knew she had the hots for me. But what can I do now, you know? So she goes, how's your wife doing? What's her name again? Beatrice? You know? So she never lived down to Beatrice. I say, yeah, that's your fucking alter ego. That's the evil twin.
Who's your wife again? Who's that? What's Beatrice?
Oh, wasn't that fucking awesome, dude? She was so mad. To this day, sometimes I'll call her Beatrice if I have to deal with it. And she just gives me the scowl, you know?
Beatrice.
So Beatrice hyphen Patrice, dropped a fucking jar of mayo on her foot when she opened the fridge, you know? And whenever Beatrice had zero threshold for pain, you know? So it drops on the big toe, and man, it's not, you would have thought she got shot or stabbed, you know? And she's hopping around on one foot, you know? Thunderous. The windows are shaking in the home, you know? So as predicted, the fucking toenail eventually falls off, you know?
Yeah.
So it took forever. That fucking thing's hanging by a thread, and summer comes, and she's painting up the toenail. You know, painting it red and trying to rock sandals with this fucking fucked up toenail hanging off, you know? Matter of fact, when the toenail finally fell off, it was like bright reddish pink. She painted the nub.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
You painted the nub?
I wish I had pictures, you know? And then
pass it off as a nail.
Yeah. Oh, it was so fucking funny. You know, the nub sport. You know, it's so obvious, man. It looked like a fucking birth defect. You know, I mean, Jay Bradley's got 6 toes. He's got a double big toe, and this fucking nub. It drew more attention to the nub. It was uglier than Jay Bradley's fucking double big toe or Tommy Dreamer's fucking web feet. You know. Yeah. Fucking Patrice Beatrice. But anyway, so one day the nail finally falls off, man, and she was celebrating, you know? And she went to throw it out and go, what the hell are you doing? And I grabbed a reddish, pinkish fucking toenail and I put it on the windowsill. No rhyme or reason, you know? So we kept playing this game, me and Beatrice. Beatrice would take the nail and throw it out. And I'd say, what the fuck? I'd put it back on the windowsill, you know, let it dry out, you know, back and forth. She goes, I go, look, fucking stop with the fucking toenail. What pain is the toenail causing you? Well, what kind of idiot saves the toenail? I'll go, yeah, I'll tell you what kind of idiot. An idiot that's going to get my dad back beyond anything he could ever imagine. What are you talking about? I go, I tell you right now, I vow to you and the Lord, one way, shape, or form, my father will ingest this toenail.
Oh.
So it sat for another year, maybe 2 on the windowsill, you know? We used to go out and eat a lot when I had money, you know, and we'd take turns paint. Like, oh, I got it this time, you know, fighting over the bill. And it started really nice places and ended in shitholes, you know, as I started to not make money anymore. but on Sundays, this would happen.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
that happens.
It's not funny at all. But to bring levity to it, you know.
I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the best things about it, though, is you get to fuck around in your own home, do things that you can't do in a restaurant, you know, like the fucking toenail. So it go like this. We'd make fucking dinner. The old man would bring a dessert, side dish, you know. So his favorite time of the year is about right now. So May, June of fucking summer, early summer, you know. Because the motherfucker liked to get those little angel food cakes, them little angel food cake cups. Mm-hmm. Then that's when raspberries and strawberries, which are bright red, bright pink, put them inside the fucking cup of the angel food cake and then slather it in whipped cream. He's like, he just loved it. And my father, man, when that motherfucker eats, because he was a big fatty whole life, that motherfucker makes sex sounds. Like, if it's something good, oh, he's like, oh. You know? So his talk is like, look what I got. This is my favorite time of year. Do you know that this is when raspberries and strawberries are in season? This is the best time to eat them. Oh, I'm so looking forward to dessert, you know? So Patrice makes the meal, and, you know, by this time the toenail just became an afterthought, you know? But it's bright reddish pink. It's painted up nice, you know? It still looks like it has a little life in it, you know? So Patrice goes to bring my dad's fucking food to him, the dessert. It's all nice and pretty on a pretty dish, you know? And I says, I grab her by the wrist and I shake my head. She's like, what? And I go, fucking toenail. And she's like, no. I'm like, I swore before you and God, I have to do it.
It's the perfect chance, perfect opportunity.
I take the fucking toenail and I just stuff it in one finger, true to cream, right into the center of the berries. So far deep that it's stuck in half to the motherfucking angel food cake, you know? So my dad is over there going, this is so good. It's so good. I forgot how good this was. Oh. And then he takes another bite. He's like, what the fucking fuck? And he pulls it out and he's like, what the fuck is this? He looks at it, he looks at Patrice and he goes, and he was always so gay and nice. And he goes, you dirty bitch! I could have choked to death!
Oh my God.
Oh, that is the greatest thing, dude, you know? The greatest thing ever, you know?
He choked on it. He couldn't get it down.
No, you know, and we still are laughing about it.
Pinky nail, he might have made it.
No, I was thinking to myself, that motherfucker must take big bites. Like, how did it get to the gullet?
Yeah.
Because he was trying to cough it up.
He wasn't chewing, he just fucking...
And he's making sex sounds.
One bite and swallow, bite and swallow.
The sex sound combines with the gagging sound with this, I'm in trouble, having a heart attack level sound, and then he pulls it out, stares at it, and he isn't not a big swear, like he talks about the Bible, he's been reading it every year, cover to cover for 47 years, and he goes, what the fuck is this? And he looks at her and goes, you dirty bitch, I could have choked to death.
I missed that part in the Bible.
All right. Like, subscribe. We're going to do the whole Randcast now, and you'll be available commercial-free on Patreon. Please support us on Patreon. Those are just some of the ribs. That is just one minute rib. The ones that we get to wrestling are even more hilarious. Subscribe, like, support us on Patreon, and please help us to not take for granted our relationship with Pro Wrestling Tees. A lot of new designs up there. Go for the original PPW designs, even though our shop is in disarray. At least go to the second page, third page if you have to, and look at the Premier Pro Wrestling and the PPW shirt designs. There's a retro on in there that I don't think you guys see because it's not on the front page, but you'd appreciate it. People over the world collect independent wrestling company T-shirts. Help us out. You know, help a brother out. Again, like the man said, why say no when it feels so good to say yes?